For all acquaintance be forgot. Okay, so my secret is basically while that song is playing, I'm just kissing. But that was before COVID. So hello everyone and welcome to my live stream. This is Mrs. Audrey Conner Gibson, originally from ACG Math Tutoring. And some of you guys may have known me as a math teacher. Maybe yours. So I wanted to reach out. Yes, it was a very weird entering to me to go talk about Happy New Year. And it's only what, December the 17th? But the New Year's is finally coming up. If you're anything like me, I'm tired of 2020. I mean, I love my class of 2020, regardless of where you graduated, if it was high school, if it was middle school, elementary school, even college. I do love you, but I'm sick of 2020, okay? So looking forward, all of a sudden I was just thinking the other day, I'm like, you know what? Let me sit here and talk a little bit about the promises we always make each other. Those resolutions, yes. Every single solitary year, we torture ourselves. We have plans, we have structure, we are going to do this, we're going to do that. And we make all these plans. And usually around the first snow, that's when everybody's like, yeah, man, I'll do it next year. Or I'll do it next week. You know what? Next month just seems about right. I'll wait till the snow finally goes away and I'll do it in the spring. But we always make these general promises. And the other day I was just thinking, like, where does resolutions come from? Like, why are we constantly doing this thing? Why are we constantly torturing ourselves and making these promises? Sometimes people keep them. I'm like, hey, and I'm going to try to talk to you later on today about how to keep those resolutions. And also, where did all this stuff come from? So with me, I'm doing a lot of research and I was just like, okay, let me do a little bit digging and then let me share this out. So it might actually help some other people, not just myself. So I try not to be a little selfish. So let me go over, as I said before, if you need anything, please post your comments, any kind of suggestions, anything that you think of, go ahead and put it into the chat. So I actually have a couple people in the chat that I want to shout out to. So one, we got our faithful Robert. Hello, Robert from Maine. Make sure you guys check him out at Main Street Math Tutoring. If you need anything that's advanced. Now he's starting to do a little geometry, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to plug that. But anything like pre-calc, Calc AB, Calc BC, linear algebra, go see Robert. Me, just stick with algebra, okay? And also, hello from London, Miss Anna. If you are thinking about having a Latin teacher, everybody's like, we're still doing Latin? Yes, we're still doing Latin because our language is devised from Latin, people. Let's get together. So we got Latin, we got Greek. If you're thinking about having an exploration of languages, make sure you go see Miss Anna. All right, so kind of getting back to our discussion here and really want to think about those resolutions. Do you actually keep them? Do you do them? Are you one of those type of people like, what's the point? Because I'm going to break it anyway. Or are you one of those faithful, like every year, like I am going to lose those 30 pounds, or I am finally going to get my high school diploma. This is what I'm going to do. And then you're like, yes, I'm determined. I'm in the program. I got a trainer. I got a tutor. I got a teacher. Everything is working out. I was able to lose like 80 pounds in like 4 months, all that stuff. Or it was just like, yeah, it was kind of there and kind of went to the wayside. So before we can kind of dig why or how we can kind of keep those resolutions, I want to kind of dig a little bit into the history of it. So when we're looking at resolutions, you know, it didn't just happen 10 years ago. It didn't just happen like even a century ago. We're talking all the way back about 4,000 years ago with the early antique Babylonians. Yes, we're talking about the Babylonians. Remember all my people, the Tower of Babel? Boom. Those are the ones that was at record have that first celebration. So what they had when it came to like the harvest, and believe it or not, it didn't happen at January 1st. No, the first celebration happened in mid-March because that's when they did their planting, the planting of the crops. So they did like a 12-day celebration, and I think I'm going to get the pronunciation of the words incorrect, as akil. Okay, so that was the celebration. Either they're crowning their new king or they're reigning their current king. And it's just like a big 12-day celebration. The crops are done. There gets a chance to rest. They're celebrating. And that was their form of resolution, because this is how they kept it going. They basically made some kind of promise. Okay, so they made a promise to their gods just so they can keep their crops going, and that they're going to pay all their debts, and that they're going to return any items that they borrowed. So let me talk to the people that have borrowed so many Tupperwares from me. Bring it back. It's documented, okay? But any kind of debt that they had to a friend, to a neighbor, to a family member, or any kind of item that they borrowed, they may have to give it back. Because when they did this act, it appeases the gods, and the gods are like, okay, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to make sure that your crop is profitable so you can continue on with your services to other nations. You can do trade. You can do all that. But if you didn't, like some of you guys that still have my Tupperware, I'm not salty much. But those that didn't, the gods never bestowed upon them. They just like, nope, you didn't return your lovely little Tupperware. So guess what? Your thing is not going to grow. All right. So that's where it really kind of stemmed from. It was like a celebration. And then it also gave like a little bit to the gods. Now, there's also an extension on it, because I remember I just said that this didn't happen until mid-March. So where did this January 1st thing came from? So that actually, remember Julius Caesar? Remember the Ides of March that you had to read all about when you were in high school? Beware the Ides of March. Well, Julius, or Jul, as I like to call him, he basically created his own calendar. Remember? The original calendar didn't have June, July, or August. That was Julius, okay? So they had January, which I think is like called Janus. And during that time, hopefully Anna's going to chime in and be like, you're right or you're wrong, okay? But with Janus, so this is basically like before Christ, of course. Their January 1st was considered the beginning of their calendar, because June was based on his brother, July was based on himself. Sounds familiar. And then August was based on St. Augustine, okay? So when we're looking at that, they have this symbol, and I have to take a look because it was a two-faced god. So Janus, okay? He was a two-faced god whose spirit inhibited the doorways and the arches. So his two-faced, one faced the past and one faced the future. And that's where they started to think like, all right, people really needed to start looking at the reflection at that January 1st. So I'm going to check my chat and see if Anna kind of chimed in, because this is her forte. She's like, one of the things I always try, but I don't always succeed. So here's one thing. We still have that root in our word. I love that word. I know. So we still have, let me take this off. So we still have January. So since we got that two-faced God, never knew. Everyone's thinking like, oh, I thought there was one God. But now remember, there was all those other pagan rituals that was going on before Christianity came about. So first it was the Babylonians, then Jul came in. Now let's talk about the Christianity. So for early Christians, this is when our practice kind of stuck. So for the first day of the new year, so since now we're saying that January 1st is a new year, since we're still doing Julius Caesar's calendar, is tradition. So it's always for us to think about one's past mistakes and then resolve to do better in the future. That sounds familiar. Okay, so when we're doing these resolutions, it's so funny because the ones that we're really sticking with are the Christian's ways. Okay, so we always think about our past mistakes. We ate too much. We weren't that successful to people. We were mean to people. We stole people's Tupperware containers. We just basically lied in order for us to move ahead. So we always kind of take those moments to just, okay, that was my past mistakes. Now let me improve myself. That's where our resolutions are coming from. So if we kind of look at it, we're no longer making promises to gods, to pagan gods. Okay, we're not, okay, I'm sacrificing or I'm, giving up my tea to appease the gods. I'm not just bringing out fruits and plains. Now we're actually just doing things to make ourselves into better people. So it's always like self-improvement is generally what we have for those resolutions. So with that, okay. Trying to come back to it. With that being said, only a good 45% of us, and this is through Forbes. I was just like kind of looking through different resources. Some were peer reviews, some were magazines, some were blogs, but a lot of people were saying the same things. Like a good 45% of us say that we do make resolutions. All right, that's not too bad. But only 8% stick with it after 1 month. Think about it. I want to lose weight. What's the first thing that you do? Oh, I'm going to join the gym. You join the gym. Then the first snowstorm, really hard snowstorm, not what we just had today or last night. Really hard snowstorm usually happens, I'm on the East Coast, usually happens in February. Early February. So you sign up for the gym January 1st, January 2nd, and then you try to go to the gym. That's when everybody and their grandmother's in the gym walking. Especially I used to go to Planet Fitness, and I love to see people when they first get to Planet Fitness and they get on the treadmill and they get the free candies and they're eating it like it's a buffet. You are doing the opposite what we need to be doing. Okay, shouldn't be judging, but when I want to get on the treadmill, just do my little 30 minutes and get out, yeah, I'm going to judge a little bit. But it just seems like that's why a lot of people, when they join the gyms love it. Because they know in January, they could bring all their costs low. If you notice, there's always more of commercials about gyms, about sneakers, any kind of athletic wear. There's always some kind of deal because they know everybody wants to lose weight. Everybody wants to be active. But they know that it's not going to last that long. Because after January, that's when the prices go right back up. Because all the people that just went on a whim are no longer coming to the gym. Check it out. All right. So knowing that information, it's kind of like, well, how can I basically do these resolutions? Like, how can I kind of stick with it? But let me talk about the top 10 most common resolutions. Some of them you're probably not going to be surprised with number 1. Because I probably said it multiple times during the session. But the other ones, it might kind of open your eyes a little bit. So let's look at our top 10 most resolutions. That's my NPR voice. Little play. Number 10, we're going to do as a countdown. Spend more time with family and friends. Yeah, this is before COVID, of course, because we don't want you to do that. Stop it. Okay, try to keep that thing under wraps. So right now, you're either saying, I'm spending way too much time with my family and friends. I'm about to lose my mind. I'm about to go crazy. Okay, breathe. But I know you're with your family, but sometimes it's nice to be with your friends. So do some more Zoom calls. All right. So we got that one. Number 9, drink less alcohol. Number 8, quit smoking. Okay, I don't smoke, so that's easy for me to do. Then number 7, volunteer with charity. Yes. I mean, see if you can get out there, help with the food banks. Try to get out and talk to your neighbors. Sometimes a charity, you don't have to go to a big corporation. You could probably just have like some kind of Facebook group with your neighbors. See if you can all start a Facebook group. And then you could chat, say, hey, I'm going to go to the store. Does anybody need anything? Okay, drop your money or have your money at the mailbox. I'm going to go. I'll drop it off. You can do that. Okay, small charities starts at home. Okay, you don't have to go trudging out 20 miles down the road, standing on your feet 60 million times. You can also check out your elderly neighbors. Maybe even call if your mother or your family is nearby, maybe give them a call and say, hey, I'm about to go to the store, or I got a BJ's card. I know I can get a lot of things in bulk. Do you want to go half on this? So just little things. Those are how you can volunteer yourself for charity. Not to spend all your money, but you can do for charity. So that's number 7. That's doable. Number 6, find a new job. I know, especially right now, a lot of people are losing their jobs, and you're probably doing jobs that you normally wouldn't do. So all I know is Giant is always looking. The supermarkets are always looking for some people. If you are dead broke and you need something, go and see if you can apply for those jobs. Because the supermarkets are going to stay open. People, like they're not going to, if they do shut that down, yeah, I would stock up a little bit here and there. But finding a job, it'll be a nice little resolution, especially a new one. So number 5, read more. Hey, you got the time. You're stuck inside. Why not read more? Why not get a book? Why not get an Amazon novel? I just feel like every time I turn around, there's a friend of mine saying, hey, I wrote a book. And you're like, hey, why is everybody writing books? So go ahead, sit down, get some extra education. Why not? Number 4, save money and pay off debt. Okay, a little bit of the Babylonian story. Hey, because if we save a little bit of money, I know it's going to be hard because now everything is online and it's so easy just to click. Click, 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 click. And all of a sudden you're like, I just spent like $500. Yes. So breathe. Always ask yourself, is this something that I need or something that I want? If it's something that you need, okay, let's see, do you have something else in its place? Is it something that's broken that needs to be replaced, or you're just buying it just on a whim? Okay. Sometimes you got to ask yourself these questions before you click. All right. And then let's see if we can pay off some debts. All right. So you're inside. Why not? Number 3, travel more. Yeah, no. Number 2, start your own business. I am a product of that. All right. This is my first year full time going as a math tutor, and I'm loving it. I love all my clients. I haven't had one client that I was just going to be like ripping my hair about because I like my hair. All right. So my whole thing is I love it. I love that I have full control. Yes, there are going to be times that it's going to be busy work. Yes, there's going to be things that everything's going to rely on me, but everything relies on me. It's kind of nice. I'm not working hard to make someone else money. I'm not working hard just to give somebody all my energy in exchange for donuts, coffee, and there's some leftover food in the refrigerator. No, I'm not your human trash can. All right. I'm calling that out on everybody. Okay. Teachers, respect yourself. Don't be a human trash can. All right. So make sure you want to start your own business. Now, if you do want to start your own business and if you want to do some tutoring, I'm going to talk to you guys at the end about that. Okay. So number 1, not a shock. Eat healthier, exercise more, lose some weight. Sometimes our emotions is connected to our physical being. So you're probably thinking, Audrey, I don't want to have a salad. I like my steaks. I like my burgers. I like my fries. And I'm like, try. You can still eat those things, but not at the massive solution. Like, you can still have a steak, but let's have some veggies on the side. Let's not kill the salad with the salad dressing. You still want to taste the lettuce and all the fixings that you have on there, okay? If you want to have fries, why not have baked wedges? You can still have the potato. So there's alternatives. You don't have to say, I need to lose 30 pounds, and then after 2 weeks, I only lost 2 pounds. This sucks. This is terrible. And I'm like, dude, did it take you overnight to gain the weight? No. It's going to take time. It's going to take patience. So you got to think of almost every weight loss as a success. Just like for my business, I think of every client I get is a success. I'm able to expand my gift of breaking down concepts, building up confidence, and making connections to as many people as I can possible. But when it comes to exercising more, you don't jump on the treadmill, put that bad boy on high, and then just try to take off on a dead sprint. No, you're going to hurt yourself. You need to start slow. All of these, each and every single one of these top 10s, spend more time with family. Try to do it in small amounts. Drink less. Try to ease up on one glass instead of 5 glasses in one. Okay, we're going to go to number 8. Quit smoking. Try to cut back on how many packs you're doing. Cut it down to like 1 pack. Charity, you can do small things, as I said before. Do stuff around your neighborhood. Start close to home. Then when you're trying to find a job, it might be just a matter of talking to your friends and see what's out there. Who is looking? Who's looking to hire? You never know. The job of your life could be something so small that you never thought you would ever love, ever. And you're thinking like, oh, I got to make $10 million and did it. Pause. If you're finding a job, you got to think, why are you staying with this job? Because you love it. All right. So reading more. You don't have to go straight to War and Peace, people. Bring it down. Okay. Start with some ebooks. Start with some magazines, just reading articles, getting used to and finding that love, finding what is your favorite thing to read. What is the content that you want to learn? Because when you read, you should be reading for your knowledge, not because everybody else says this. Okay. Now, saving money, got to start small. Right now, I know money is probably going to be pretty tight, like me and a girdle. So we got to see if you can save money. And I always told my students, if you want to save money, you get your paycheck, put $5 or $10 away. Don't touch it. Put it into a bank account. First of all, you should have a checking account if you're currently working. If you don't, get one. Stop putting it in a mattress. Okay. But you should take like $5 or $10 and put it away and don't touch it. Every paycheck, you're taking $5 or $10, put it away. If you want to go 20, you can go 20, but start small. Make sure you pay off your debts before you pay all these other things like Gucci and Fucci and Jimmy Choo's and Burberry and blah, blah. Those people are making money from their names. Sometimes the quality is not that great. Okay. I'll be the first person to say I shop at Walmart sometimes, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay. If you want me to call it Le Walmart, I will call it Le Walmart. Okay. So the other thing, travel more. Yeah. Right now, that's not happening. Okay. We need to kind of stick because there's too much craziness that's going on. But when the pandemic is over, this is why everything sparked up. Start slow. Okay. Don't go all I'm going to go to Europe. Girl, stop. Bring it back. All right. If you're going to travel, travel locally. Okay? Go small. Start your own business. First step, research what type of business you're going to do. If you like hair, start yourself a little hair business. If you like those lashes, the magnetic one that you just like start from an angle and just throw it in your air and just pop that right bad boy in there, that's what you got to do. Go ahead and sell those. If you want to sell nails, sell nails. If you're really into skincare, go with the skincare. No matter what, do something that you are going to love and that you are good at. Don't just try to start a business just because, oh, I saw Boo Boo down the street making like $10,000 last week. That's great, but if you don't enjoy doing it, you're going to see it as a job. This should be a passion when you're starting a business. Okay, so start small. Do your research. We got time right now. Go ahead and do it. Hey, if you're up here this time of morning, listen to me hammering on about resolutions, you got time to look into a business that you want to look into. And then lastly, the eating healthy, exercise more, go for a walk. It's free. Walk your neighborhood. Trust me, I'm walking in the neighborhood like literally a block away they were shooting. Yeah. Did I still keep walking? Yeah. And then I ran. And then, yeah. But at the same time, I went back. They weren't shooting at me. So I was just like, okay, let's keep it moving. But for the most part, start small. If you want to buy a treadmill, go ahead and buy a treadmill. But does it have to be the top dollar treadmill? No, because that's going to be the biggest top dollar laundry room device that you're ever going to have. So when you do these exercises, go for a walk a mile, then try to extend it, walk like a mile and a half, and then try to extend it, walk 2 miles, maybe walk even 3 miles. And after you walk 3 miles, come home, do some sit-ups, do some push-ups, do some planking. Planking is awesome. If you do need a resource, I have a YouTube video, not me personally, but I'm going to do a YouTube video along with a person, Miss April Yang. I think she's from Japan, if I'm not mistaken. All right. But she does fit training. Like literally the workouts are like 11 minutes long. That's it. 11 minutes long. Boom, boom, you're done and you're sweating. And you can do the full body, you can do just for arms, you can do for abs, and you can do for legs. Boom, that's 40 minutes right there if you want to do that, okay? But you want to start small. You have to love and appreciate yourself if you're going to go into the whole weight loss thing. Any kind of change that you got to do, you got to know who you are, and you got to love who you are. So before you do anything crazy, love yourself. All right. So when it comes to these resolutions, take it slow. Start small. Okay. I just went through the top 10 and there's so many others, but if you take it slow and you take it easy, it's going to last so much longer. But if you try to go full force, like, yes, we are throwing everything out, December 31st, January 1st, there's going to be all healthy stuff in here. And I don't care. Everybody's eating broccoli. And then all of a sudden you got all this health food stuff in your cabinets. All the fruits and vegetables that's in your fridge is now starting to die off because you're not eating it, because you're not ready. Start slow. Try to exchange your fries for a baked potato. Okay? Cut down on some of the meat sizes to probably half a portion. Cut it in half. Save one for dinner. The other one's going to be your lunch for the next day. Okay? Drink water. You need to hydrate. Your body is more than 80% water. So give it water. It's not Gatorade. Okay, Gatorade is really supposed to be for those high performance people that are constantly working out and they need to put the electrolytes back in your body. But if your exercise is watching a video game, you don't need to get rid of electrolytes, boo-boo. Okay, so put that down. All right, drink more water, not flavored water, regular water. Try to incorporate that. If it's not this, try at least 1 bottle a day, then progress to 2 bottles a day. Okay? Don't drink the diet colas. That's just as bad. All right? So start small with all those things. So I am going to wrap up, but there's a couple of things I want to share with you. I know I got all these tricks and treats. So a couple of things. One is what's going to be happening to me. Crazy. I got asked to go into the Comeback Champions Summit. That's going to be February 16th to the 20th. It is a virtual and it is a free, yes, FREE event hosted by Mr. Shay Brown. Now, everyone said like the first 100 receives like a bonus gift. Again, there's no cost. So my topic is going to be why do we suck at algebra? But there's a lot of other topics that's out there. How to build your business, what you need to even just encourage yourself, not just as a woman, but as a male, everybody, just as a human being, how to move forward from your barrier. So it's that whole comeback champion. We're celebrating you as a champion. So that's going to be happening February the 16th through the 20th. Then we have, let me flip back because I thought I had something in here. Then I have the Forward, so the Women's Leadership Forum, which is going to be happening March the 18th, 19th, and 20th, another 3-day event. This one's not free, but this one is worth it, especially for all my ladies out there. So if you're thinking about starting a business, what kind of encouragement do you need? What kind of information do you need? Please make sure you check out the Women's Leadership Forum and get your tickets today. So that will be forward, WLF.org. Okay, so you can go to that website, forward, FORWARD, and then it's WLF.org. So we have keynote speakers. I'm a part of it because I'm giving out a few of my services and actually talking to some people of how to encourage them to build up not only themselves, but also to build up their businesses. So those are the couple of things that's happening here. Now, if you really wanted to get some information about how to be an online tutor, make sure you check out the Ultimate Support Group for Online Tutors. That's on Facebook. We are just about to start up our new jumpstart for the coming year. So I'm one of the coaches, which is kind of fun, but at the same time, learn all the tricks that you need in order to be a successful online tutor. This group is amazing. You're always going to have people, and it's not like, okay, yeah, Joanne's name is on there and you never hear from Joanne. No, she's in there talking to you as well. I'm in there, Miss Terry, we have Suzanne, we have so many people. I know I'm like missing so many people, but if you're thinking about being an online tutor and how you can do it on your own, please check out the Ultimate Support Group for Online Tutors. So that is going to be my time for today. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I know I'm going to be sitting here drinking more of my tea instead of giving the tea. But remember, your resolutions is all about you and all about your growth. So no matter what happens, it's about you. Why not do something for you, right? Here's a thought that I'm going to leave with you. Think about your favorite pair of shoes. Go ahead, think about it. The Jimmy Choos, the Nikes, the Fikes, what have you. Now, where would you like those shoes to take you in 2021? Think about it. Now, put that comment, put your question in the chat. And if you also need a math tutor, I know, shameless plug, but if you do need a math tutor for the new year, you're thinking about getting your GED, I can help you out, especially the math portion. If you want to improve your math skills, I'm going to be giving online courses over the holidays, but also if you need to improve your math skills during the school year, please reach out. I'm going to send all my information at the end. So like always, guys, thank you so much for your time and attention. This was great, and I can't wait to see you for my next live, which will be talking about student athletes and their lives after everything stops, life after sports. Okay, so that's going to be the next live. All right, guys, take care. Bye.